from the law office of Pectic and Schaefer here on the wild west side of Long Beach, 1005 Beach Street. Here in Long Beach, we have a great show planned for you tonight. Hopefully the both Long Beach women's and men's volleyball teams who are in the playoffs are going to be here tonight. We have a new feature tonight. Steve Kenner is going to talk about the passion he has for beach volleyball. The West End's own Eddie Digital is going to talk about his passion for music and St. John's basketball. And of course, Tracy, the hockey maven, is going to talk about what's happening in the hockey scene. And for you Knick fans out there, the really strange story just came over the radio. The Knicks Magic game tonight was canceled due to asbestos in Madison Square Garden. So imagine all those basketball fans on their way to Madison Square Garden, all excited to see the Knicks. Amari Stoudemire take on Dwight Howard and have a great big matchup with the Magic, and say, sorry, no game tonight. It's going to be postponed due to asbestos in the garden. But that's what happened at Madison Square Garden. The game will be rescheduled. But I mentioned it briefly. You come to Long Beach in the summertime, and beach volleyball is huge. People love volleyball. It's such a huge passion. And the final event of the summertime here in Long Beach is the legendary Michelle O'Neill volleyball tournament, where hundreds of volleyball teams compete on Labor Day, and it's the mega event. And when you stay to the end, 7 o'clock at night, and the best of the best are playing, it's like watching professional volleyball, and people are so into it. So I want to welcome in Steve Kenner. Steve, welcome to the show, and expand on a little bit why people in Long Beach are so passionate about, first of all, welcome to the show, and why people are so passionate about beach volleyball here in Long Beach.
Thank you for having me. Well, first off, one of the best things about Long Beach is the summer. And the best part of the summer is volleyball on the beach. You really can't beat it. If you've grown up playing indoor, it's, you have a passion for the game, but once you start playing on the sand, out in the elements, it's like a whole new thing. And your love for the game is just, reborn. You've got a lot of people playing year after year. I usually compare it to summer camp, because it's the same people coming back, and you haven't seen them for the whole winter, and around Memorial Day, everyone shows up. It's reuniting with your teammates, with people you haven't seen. Some of them are locals, some of them come from a little bit further away, and you've got lots and lots of people, and it's really, really a great thing.
Yeah, it is great, and I know you talked about even starting up a winter volleyball. How cool would that be, playing volleyball on the beach, like 10-degree weather?
Well, I'm looking to try and maybe run some sort of tournament. It's either coordinated with the Polar Bear club that meets Super Bowl Sunday, or maybe doing it on New Year's Day, something along those lines. I have to try and match up some sort of charitable organization and see what I can run. During college we played on a sand court in the Cleveland winter, so it covers over, it changes a little bit, the ball gets really, really hard, but it's a lot of fun, and if we can do it for a good cause, then why not?
I think it's a great idea. And Trace, I'm going to bring you in, and from your perspective, how exciting has it been for the NHL to have once a year to play at an outdoor venue? Last year, the Flyers and Flyers and Bruins played at legendary Fenway Park. As a hockey fan, how has that event helped hockey create excitement to play at an outdoor venue in the middle of winter, like they were talking about volleyball?
Well, hockey was meant to be an outdoor game. Ask anybody in Canada, they'll say that they started out skating on lakes and what have you. The outdoor game, definitely my friends who are not hockey fans, they watch the outdoor game. It's very exciting. It's different. It's interesting. I love the old throwback jerseys that they wear. I think my favorite game still is probably the Detroit-Chicago game from last year. It's just a fun game to watch. It really, just when you do something different in a game of any sport, outdoor volleyball in the wintertime, outdoor NHL hockey at a baseball stadium, it generates excitement, and the NHL outdoor game, it's one of my favorite events of the year, and I just think it's a fantastic thing.
All right, great. But, and next to me is my man Eddie Digital, and he loves to be indoor watching his beloved St. John's basketball team. And if you've been a St. John's fan for a long time, you haven't had much to root for. But Steve Lavin is the new coach. He's had an unbelievable recruiting season, and the St. John's alumni are pumped up. Eddie, talk about the revival of St. John's basketball and what's coming up in the next few weeks.
First off, halftime, Howie, thank you so much for having me on the show. I love being on your show, and this is great that we're actually going to get this going here with a Red Storm report for your listening audience. So, just so everybody knows, Eddie Digital is a huge St. John's basketball fan. I'm an alumni of St. John's, and I've had season tickets for the past few years. And the fans and the alumni could not be more happy than welcoming Steve Lavin to New York and to Madison Square Garden and to Conoseca Arena on campus. We're really looking forward to this season. Tomorrow night is the pre-coaches event that is an annual thing that St. John's has, the Red and White Club. They run it, and it is at Stout in New York City. Tomorrow night, it's from 7 to 9 p.m. It's $100 a person, and it's an open bar, and it's a buffet, and it's a real fun time. I've attended this event for the past few years with my dad, so I'm really looking forward to meeting Coach Lavin tomorrow night and having a conversation with him. And of course, I have a few things on my mind I'd like to share with him, make a few suggestions for the program. So if anyone can make it tomorrow night, it's definitely going to be a fun thing, and make sure to come up and say hi to Eddie Digital as well. The second thing I'd like to cover halftime, Howie, is the preseason polls, the rankings in the preseasons. Right now we're going into the season ranked number 33 in the country, which is real nice. As we know, we have a team of seniors coming back to us this year. We were also ranked number 6 in the Big East with the preseason coaches poll, which is really, really important in a few ways. As you know, the Big East currently has 16 teams in the league, and the past few years we've seen 7 or 8 teams make it to the Big Dance every year in March. So if we do come in at number 6, that will be a bid for St. John's to make it to the Big Dance this year, which unfortunately we haven't been there in quite some time. So there's a lot of excitement happening. The schedule looks great this year. It's a real tough competitive schedule. We open up with St. Mary's in California. We're playing St. Mary's at home. It's a small arena. It's a very hostile environment playing them there, but hey, St. Mary's has 4 of their starting players come back. They're coming back this year, but their best player did graduate and went on to the NBA. And let's not forget, St. Mary's is a team that upset Villanova last year in the NCAA tournament, and they advanced to the Final 8. So it's going to be a real nice challenge for St. John's to open up in such a hostile, violent atmosphere. And we'll really get a nice feel to see what we're going to have this year as far as a team, and it's going to get us really prepared for the aggressive Big East schedule that we're going into. Another exciting game this year is, of course, the Duke game, and we do have the UCLA game in the schedule as well, Howie.
Okay, sounds good, and we'll be going to break in a minute, but I believe, Eddie, that you learned about the Halftime Howie show when you were at the legendary Shines Bar.
That is correct, and you know what? Maybe after the break I can share that story with everybody.
Absolutely, and I say that because we are thrilled to welcome in Long Beach's oldest bar, the famous Shines Bar, as a new sponsor. We thank Mickey Wilson and Brett Wilson, the owners of legendary Shines Bar. Great commercial by Brent's wife. You'll hear it coming up on the break. We also want to welcome in West End Chiropractic as a new sponsor, Bikram Yoga, the Station for Hair, Pectic and Schaefer. So a lot of great responses from all the businesses here in Long Beach, so we're thrilled. All right, we're waiting the Long Beach volleyball teams. Hope they show up. If not, we have a lot to talk about. A lot of great things happening here in Long Beach. We have the Long Beach Lady Hockey Maven.
Sexy, sexy.
We have the passionate Steve Kenner. We have